All right. All right. Give me a second. Most High Christ. Most High Christ. Most High Christ. Hey, Shalom, YAHUSHUA, 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 priest and officer, Quatazar Karab here. Under I.S.U.P.K, under commanding General YAHANNA, you understand? And we are here to teach blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians that they're the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, you understand? Now, excuse me, I mean, lost my voice. So, Passover week just passed. You understand what I'm saying? We say too many Kwam Yasharalas. You understand what I'm saying? Too many hoo-has. Singing to our voice got hoarse. You know what I mean? So, excuse me. You know what I mean? But, now we back on regular programming. Let's get into it. Yeah, man. The title is What Makes Us Different. Yeah, man. And this is very important to understand. What makes the I.S.U.P.K different from all other groups? What makes us different between Christianity, Islam, even fake Israelite groups? What makes us different? You understand what I'm saying? Now, if I could, you could probably see one thing visually what makes us different. You know what I mean? I have it on right now, you understand? You know what I mean? This cover I got on right now set us apart from a lot of people. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying, listen, I got my cover, I can talk trash now. You know what I mean? I can talk my talk now. You understand what I'm saying? When you see us with these covers on, you understand, this means something. A lot of people won't understand because they weren't there. You know what I mean? Only people that might understand is the instructors and the ones that's going through that fire. You understand what I'm saying? But what makes us different is sticking with your brother no matter what. You know what I mean? No matter what pain and the thing that you endured together, you stuck together. You didn't run. You understand what I'm saying? These fake Israelite groups, they run. Yeah, man, they run and get away from their brothers when they got a disagreement or whatever the case may be, whatever pain they ever endured, they run and they go on the internet and expose them. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying. What makes us different, if you could, let me do around some of the 6. Yeah, I mean, what makes us different is we don't compromise our morals for no one. You understand what I'm saying? We actually believe in the Bible. There's a lot of people that read the Bible, that say they're about the Bible, but they are not actually about the Bible. They're not. You wanna know why? Because they're always getting exposed. People that's always getting exposed are hypocrites. They're not really who they say they are. You know what I mean? And Deuteronomy 6 is a key component to show you what makes us different. Yeah, man, you can read it.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Go ahead.
For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
And stop right there. Listen, the Bible says thou art a holy people, man. That actually is powerful. You know what I mean? The Christian church don't get that word holy any power. It's just a vain word in their religion. Because when we look at them as being holy, it's like, what do the things they do is holy? Nothing. Instead of saying, listen, wearing a big old hat, instead of saying, singing, I don't know what they be singing in the church. They be singing Jesus loves us, jumping up and down, screaming. Somebody touching your forehead, you falling out. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody touching your forehead, you seem like you're throwing up. I don't know what's going on in that Christian church. I don't know what it is, but they think that's holy. In actuality, it's not holy. You understand what I'm saying? Holy simply means separate. Once you come into this school, once you come into this, come into the truth, you will see what being separate is all about. Now, if I could, you don't see brothers that's in Israelite groups rocking this what I have on now. I don't even think they got something to prove themselves worthy of their brothers. We have that. You understand what I'm saying? And it's crazy. This is how we're so separate. I say this on one of my posts. We separate from Islam. Islam don't got this type of stuff. Listen, Islam got something like if you recite the Quran or something like that. I don't know what it is. I do got to recite the Quran at a certain age. The so-called Jew got bar mitzvahs. I don't know what the Christian church got. Listen, the fake Israelite group got a fake Hebrew academy.
Right.
They got a fake one. These brothers say Most High and blessed instead of Most High in Christ. You know what I'm saying? They got a fake Israelite group. Other ones too as well. They don't have nothing to prove their worth to themselves and to their brothers and to the organization that they're in. They don't have a rite of passage. They don't. They don't got something that's going to make them a man. Yeah, you come to the truth. You change your life. You become a new person. You get a new name. That's great. Anybody can get a new name. But being tried and going through that fire with your brothers prove to you that this man gonna die for me. I don't think brothers in the world or in the Christian church or the Muslim mosque is dying for one another. I think they unalive one another instead of dying for one another. See, in the I.S.U.P.K, we don't unalive one another. You know, we fight for one another and we fight with each other. You know what I mean? No matter win, lose, or draw, we gonna fight for one another. Imagine if a brother, is it the truth with us and he run on us? You know how much of a coward that is? You got people in the Christian church that's doing that. You got people in the Muslim mosques that's doing that. Matter of fact, I remember when I used to work with his brother, he retired. He a Muslim. And he took pride in saying his flesh and blood too, I think. It's not like you grew up with somebody's childhood friend. This is flesh and blood. Like he grew up like in the same household. It's about this is when it's bad, I guess around like July, when there was a lot of Edomites around there. They didn't want them to come around there. So they wound up getting caught up by them. This man ran. He told me he ran on his brother. He left his brother to defend for himself. You understand what I'm saying? And he took pride in that. He said, listen, we get into a fight. I'm not going to fight for you. I'm going to run on you. Black man. This just shows you that we're different. Because if that was us, I don't care if it's 30 of them. And I'm not allowing nobody to harm my brother. We gonna got lumps and bruises together. Right. You know what I mean? Listen, captains and generals, like what happened? Listen, we stood our ground. You know what I mean? We got lumps and bruises, but we did not leave each other's side. And we fought until whatever the case may be, whatever how it ended. Today, in America, these so-called religions and organizations is not cut like us. Right. They're not. They are not holy. They're not separate. They don't have a rite of passage like us. That's it. They don't have that. Listen, reading the Torah with a whatever that small hand on your head, it's not showing that you are loyal to your people. It's not. We have to find something that's going to show that we're loyal to us. We got to be tested. We got to be tried. Why are we not trying each other, man? You put that purple on, you think you great. You think you good. You think you solid. That's what I'm saying. But you're not. You treat your brothers like crap. That's why people leave that corny organization and come here. Right. Or call the general and tell the general about so much of a horrible person that you are. You understand what I'm saying? Just like the Christian church. They don't have nothing to show them to make a man. You know what I'm saying? What makes us different is that we're separate. What do it mean to be separate unto the Lord, though? It means a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? It means a whole lot. It's very powerful to understand what holy actually is. Listen, when we was on that, when we was in Atlanta, I tell you was there. Esau seen what holy was. Esau seen what separate was.
Right.
Listen, to the point that they called the cops on us. They called the cops on us. Knowing that we are so holy, we're so smart that we already had permits. We had things in order. That's why we was out there. We don't do anything unless we have go through the proper precautions and procedures to make sure that we have the right to do so. We don't just go and do things. We don't go out and, we're going to set up right here, or we're going to do this, or we're going to do that. We don't do that. You understand what I'm saying? There's people have you ever seen people like on corners with the blowhorn? They don't go and do their due diligence and say, let me be, can I stay over here? They just hop out their car and start talking that bull crap about Jesus loves everybody, or you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to hell. You understand what I'm saying? They came out of seeing that. You know how many white people Edomites I seen on their phones? Listen, I'm jogging. You know what to tell? I see Edomites on their phones. All right, they probably calling the cops. They were so scared of black men being out there working out, trading. They see these things, they got scared. Why? Because they know that we're holy.
Right.
They know that we're separate. They know that we don't mess with them. They know that. But the thing is, they didn't understand that day that we was on that field, that was the safest place in the world. That was the safest place in the world. I'm gonna show you how holy we is. I'm gonna show you how righteous that we is. Right? If somebody was messing with an Edomite that day, right? And we was right there, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. I mean, if it was like, a black man doing it, we wouldn't allow him to do it. I don't know about Edomite. I might want to watch that one. But we're not letting them go on and nobody get hurt on our watch. No matter we think they're devils, no matter we feel as though they're going to captivity, we will never, ever do that on our watch. Because that's what makes us different. We got some Israelite groups that say crazy things to do. They're like unalive. Like they blow their ears off. Like, I've seen extreme videos like that. This is why we're not affiliated with them. How you gonna blow your slave head off? You need them to work. You understand what I'm saying? That's what makes us different. They seen the holiness. They seen that all black. I tell you, they seen all black and ski masks and boots. They know that we was different. They know that we was somebody they're not, and they were scared. They know that we were going to take over one day. They know that we're going to conquer one day. You understand what I'm saying? How are you going to conquer anything if you don't know the person that's next to you that you're fighting next to? I say, how do you know? Like, what's the point? I can't. Listen, y'all fake Israelite groups. Y'all can't call yourselves an army. Y'all can't call yourselves the Lord's army if you don't try your brother, test your brother, and make sure that he's solid. You can't do it. How you going to the Lord? How you gonna be an army if you don't train? You know what I mean? Knowing how to fight against other enemies with your brother. How? How? I don't understand that. But y'all talk about us. Y'all talk about we Power Rangers, and we this, and we that. But you can't last a day in what I've been through. You wouldn't even last a day. This is what true holiness is. Y'all really want to be holy? Y'all will come here. Y'all will come here and learn how to be a man. You want to be on the internet? That's I see the brother on the internet. I got him on my. I got him as a friend on Facebook. He talk about Cap design, right? So I got Power Rangers doing Power Rangers. I will never do that. I will never do that. I don't do stuff like that. Me personally, I don't do none of that type of stuff because that's going to make it seem that's like like that brother probably get turned off. Like I ain't better banging with them people. Like they making fun of me. I can get you the truth. Y'all people on the internet that shows how feminine you is because you can't stand us. You can't stand that people really mess with us. They know that we're solid. They know that we are the real ones. And man, y'all want to make fun of us and this, that, and the third, but you can't last a day in what I've been through. Listen, they couldn't even last standing for Passover. They couldn't even last that day. You know what I mean? They would have folded. Say people would be on the internet talking all this gangster stuff, all this weird stuff. You wouldn't even last a day. Just they came past. I would have stayed for Hebrew Academy. Listen, you wouldn't even last that. And that ain't even nothing compared to what we went through. What I went through, when the thing Island went through, what Bakari Island went through, or what Thumbnail went through. I tell you funny. And man, when we went through and stuff like that. Even I tell you been through it too. Yeah, man, we all been through it. If you see us with these covers on, just know that we all been through the same thing. Might have been a little different. Yeah, it might say, I hear you, brother. Listen, it might be a little different or whatever, but we all went through that fire. I can't vouch for none of you brothers that's in the world that's want to talk about us. If you can't get busy with your brothers, right. If you can't train with your brothers, if you can't be by your brother's side and fight with your brother, y'all can talk all that cool stuff on the internet. And I mean, that just shows you got a woman, you got an inner woman. That's all it is. And you're not holy. You're not separate. You understand what I'm saying? You're not. And man, show me what you're really made of by coming in here and changing your life for real, for real. You want to be in the Lord's army? Come in here and let me see. Let me see what you really made of. Because a lot of y'all are not made like that. A lot of y'all are not like that. A lot of y'all ain't had women. They ain't know how to get women when y'all was in the world. Y'all ain't never know how to have some type of power or leadership or be a leader. You know what I mean? Y'all know how to treat women. That's why women come over here. That's why women love us, I'll tell you. Because they love us. Because they love us with these covers on, man. I'm trying to tell you, listen, I'm trying to tell you, man. Fast, I got my cover on this, I was getting looked up and down like I was a piece of steak. You understand what I'm saying? But they know. They know it's like this brother went through some ish. Y'all brothers in the world, in the fake Israelite groups, man, your leaders are weak. You understand what I'm saying? Your leaders are doing things that my leaders would never do. You would never hear about. You understand what I'm saying? And they all got covers on. They all got covers. These people don't got covers. These people don't got covers. I'm talking about you. I'm trying to tell you. Today, it's my time to talk about trash. You know what I'm saying? It's my time to talk about trash. I deserve to talk this, man. You feel me? I deserve to talk this. You know what I mean? Like, they talk about our leaders, but our leaders went through the same stuff that I went through. And I never heard anything bad about my leaders. You know what I'm saying? Nothing bad about my general. I never heard it a day in my life. And I was outside looking in before, tell you. I ain't hear nothing at all. It's to the point that people try to expose and they find out they're wrong, they wind up apologizing. They wind up apologizing because they was wrong. Not to say, I mean, as far as your leaders, I don't know. You got certain people with the leaders. You let your woman dominate you. You know what's crazy? Listen, shout out to my red. She got a Hebrew name before we went to Passover, right? You know what I mean? Shout out to Pyro Cow, right? My rib, if she watched this, she know better not to ask me certain things. You know your woman is not going to say certain things to you because she already know you. Especially been with her 5 years, 2 years, baby. She know you. She know that your feet stink. You feel me? She know. Listen, she know that, you know, when you come in the house, you throw your clothes everywhere. She know when you're upset. She know when you want some. And so she knows you. You understand what I'm saying? There's no way that my red would ever in her life ask me, can she dominate me? She know not to. I don't care if she's thinking it. She know better. Listen, I be getting a call from General Mahim. Listen, it's like your red called me crying. What you do to her? I ain't do nothing but cut her with words. Called all types of bees because she offended me by saying some weird stuff that you know we're not with. That's your leaders. And they don't got covers. They don't got no covers, I tell you. My leaders got covers, and you don't hear nothing about it because they're holy. They're separate. Commander General YAHANNA is separate. He's not down with all you fake Israelite groups. He's not. If you was here, you wouldn't be going through this type of stuff, man. And that's just the realness. They don't got no type of program to show y'all loyalty to one another. Y'all don't. They don't got nothing that's going to show you, you got to take accountability of this. You know what I mean? Like, you don't. You know what I mean? Next time I see, I want my cover on pride with my head up high, man, because I know that I'm separate, man. I know that I'm different, man. Matter of fact, you can read it. Keep going.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
Listen, stop right there. The Lord thy God chosen me. He chose you fake Israelite groups too, you Christians too. Y'all the chosen people of God. Is your father is a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indian. The Lord chose you too. But he chose me to be a special people. He chose me to be different. He chose us to be different. How are we going to be different still doing the same things our oppressor does? How? How you allow your wife to say to you or do anything, to say anything to you about being dominating you, dominatrix, all that weird stuff. And you want, your wife to sleep with a oppressor. Like, how the heck you going to say you're special? How you going to say that you're different by doing that? Saying things like that. When our oppressor does that. Every time I talk to people in the world, I refer back to, I give them a reference from Greece, Rome, Egypt. You know what I mean? I give them that reference. Because every time they say something, like for example, polygamy, right? A lot of our brothers and sisters, and I was talking to a sister while I was at work about polygamy. I don't know the word, the polyamory, whatever that stuff called. That stuff. I told her I'm not. If I talk to a 30 would know what I'm talking about. If I talk to a person in the world, they will never understand. I don't like using the word polygamy because the word polygamy is not what people think it is. Polygamy was promoted and coined by oppressors. When you see polygamy, you think about oppressor women, oppressor men doing whatever they please and doing whatever they want. They can have sex with anybody. The man can have sex with another man. The woman can have sex with another woman. Or they can have multiple women, multiple men. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they are allowed to do whatever they want. The polygamy that we believe or we know is not, you don't find in the Bible that word. We say another woman, another wife, multiple wives. We might say that. We're not going to say polygamy. Y'all follow that polygamy. Y'all follow the oppressor's way of thinking, not what the Bible say.
Right.
And we need to understand, if you want to be different, if you want to be separate, you got to follow what the Bible says. You can't follow what your oppressor does. Because the main reason why you know about polygamy is because your oppressor. You didn't get that out the Bible. You didn't get it out you didn't get it out the Bible. Sister wives, y'all get that stuff from Islam and all that bull crap. Y'all get that type of stuff. I heard a sister say, so you want another sister wife. I don't want no sister wife. I want another wife. You understand what I'm saying? My ribs don't even got to talk to one another. They can say shalom, YAHUSHA to each other, but they ain't got to deal with each other. You know what I mean? They only dealing with me. And that's what's the difference. They don't understand that because the oppressor got their mind messed up. Understand what I'm saying? There's no way that you should be thinking about your woman having sex with another man, period. No matter what race they are. That don't make you different. That make you weird. That make you like the oppressor. You know what I mean? I don't care how much therapy you get. You're weird. Even when I was in the world, I was thinking, what? I ain't never thinking no crap like that. Ever. I guess it's a Philly thing. I don't know. But y'all people are weird. We are special, man. These covers make us special for real, for real. And man, I feel like I got superpowers now. I ain't gonna hold you. Cause I just came from Target. Everybody looking at me. Listen, everybody looking at me. I don't know if it's good looks or bad looks. I don't even care. But they know that I'm different. We look different. I felt that way when I didn't even have this. I'm walking around with my U.P.K. gear. I just look different. I walk different. I talk different. I act different. I think different. I eat different. You know what I mean? I talked about women different. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, we are special. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you, man. You can keep going.
Above all people that are on the face of the earth.
Above all people, man. We're supposed to be above all people, man. How are we going to be above all people when we're not together? And say we are not together. Listen, people left this school to do their own thing, to follow their own lust, right? They left the school to follow their own lust. And guess what happened? Pad kids. That's what happened. Pad kids. You know, getting dominated by your woman. That's what happened. That's what I'm saying. Twerking, dancing like feminine women. You understand what I'm saying? Doing weird things on camera, stealing money. You understand what I'm saying? From, you know, whoever the case may be. I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. I remember I was in the world. Support black business, right? And I'm pretty sure this was the IUIC. I bought a hoodie. I spent like I got my shirts. I'm not gonna lie, I got my shirts. I bought 2 hoodies. Those for $90. So I did $45 each, $90. I did not get my hoodies. They sent my hoodies to New York, and I never got them. They said it was delivered. I never received them. So I still got the goddamn email. I reached out to this brother who ran that website more than one time. He never responded to nothing. He never responded to none of my emails to try to get it resolved. I'm trying to get home like, yo, my thing says delivered, but it says it was delivered in New York. I'm not in New York, I'm in Philly. He never reached out. That's why I called my bank. You know what happened when I called my bank? I put a claim in, and they took the money. They actually, you know, because I said some fraud type of stuff, they took my money, and I got a letter from the post office. So they took the money, I guess, from out his account. I guess he noticed it. Then now all of a sudden, I don't know what he did. They wanted to take the money back. So I'm like, oh. So when I was reaching out to you on an email, I would say shalom, brother, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? And I never got nothing back. As soon as that bank started to mess with your pockets, now you want to respond. That just shows you these brothers are not solid. And I was in the world when this happened. And I looked at, that's why I never joined the IUIC, because I believe it was a brother from the IUIC. You know what I mean? I listen, I felt who it was. Ain't no need to say names, because I don't even care anymore. You know what I mean? He probably not even in the IUIC no more. He probably somewhere, you know, getting pegged somewhere. Who knows? But my thing is, that will never happen here. That won't happen here without any repercussions or consequences. You cannot take advantage of your people here. How are we going to rule this planet if you're taking advantage of the people that you're supposed to be with and body side with, fighting this war together? How can you rule that? How can you rule a planet like that? You can't. You cannot rule a planet like that. You cannot be an evil person and thinking we're going to conquer this world. You know how you conquer this world? By doing right by the Most High, coming in I.S.U.P.K, putting on that all black, and changing your life for good. A lot of you people is not. Y'all been listen. Y'all got them names, them Israel thing, Yakin, whatever names y'all got. Y'all still the same people with how y'all was in the world. Y'all the same people. You just got a different name. You just got a different name. You have not been tried by the men above you. You have not been tried and been tested to show how loyal you is. You understand what I'm saying? Some of you are soft. You can't rule a planet if you're soft. You can't rule. Listen, you can't rule a planet if you let your woman control your sex life. She telling you that she want to do things to you that's unspeakable, unbearable, crazy to look at her like. Listen, I wouldn't even be mad if he would try to choke. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't even be mad if he just lost his cool and probably threw his cup of alcohol on her, a cup of liquor on her. I wouldn't be mad at him. I ain't gonna hold you because that's crazy. We gotta change our lives for the better. I mean, our people. And being outside these doors, we ain't never gonna see the kingdom, because of these brothers, these sisters, these wicked organizations that's destroying our people every day. You know what I'm saying? They are destroying our people every day. When they're supposed to be in here, learning what being holy is all about, understanding what makes us different, understanding how we're going to rule this planet. You're not going to ever understand me unless you have this on, or you're in the school. You will never understand me. That's I don't think my rib understand me. Listen, I don't think my rib understand me a little bit. You know what I mean? Unless you got this on. I'm just saying. We got to learn how to separate ourselves. Yeah, man. We got to separate ourselves, period. Yeah, man. Now, if you could, give me Zephaniah chapter 2 and 1 when you get a chance. Baba Kasha. Yeah, man. Listen. I want to go back. I ain't hold you. Passover week, man, this was my best Passover. This was my best one. My first dog. This is my first dog. Yeah, this one and my first one. Yeah, man. Now we're in the Feast of Unleavened Bread. We all blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians are supposed to be doing that right now. And said we all supposed to be doing this. We're not supposed to be celebrating Good Friday and the white man Easter. Our president, we're not supposed to be doing his holidays. We're supposed to be celebrating our holy days or our holy days. That's what I'm saying. He make it look good for y'all because he wants you to make money off of you. You know how much money he making off of chocolate bunnies? Eggs. Listen, oh man, ain't eggs still cost some bread right now, man? Y'all still gonna buy it. Y'all still gonna buy them eggs and paint them and hide them and boil them, whatever the case may be, for these bad children. These evil children that you're raising. There's gonna be monsters growing up. Listen, they're gonna make a killing. They are gonna make a killing with these eggs and them chocolate bunnies, them candy. Listen, y'all gonna be putting money in on these Easter eggs. Y'all gonna be putting money in these little, what you call them? Them little egg things. That's what y'all gonna be doing. How is y'all different when y'all doing the same things the oppressor do? How are you different? How are you separate? You're supposed to be celebrating the Feast of Unleavened Bread right now with me. You're supposed to be eating that unleavened bread, man. What are you doing? Nothing. Nothing. You ain't doing nothing but going to a park, hide eggs. And Buddy don't even lay eggs. I don't understand that. Bunnies do not lay eggs. I remember when I went to I was out there with the Willow Grove Mall. It's me and my red. You know, we go last week. I mean, last day for the Passover. You know, shopping, and it was Bunny. They let their kids sit on that Bunny lap. I no more good. I'm like, damn, I thought it was just Santa Claus. They take a picture with buddies sitting, having your child sit on that Bunny lap. I would never have nobody have my kid sit on anybody's no stranger's lap, especially someone that got a costume on. I don't even know who the hell is in there. Who is this person in this costume? You don't know if he a creep, he a child abuser. You don't know none of these things. You don't know what he look like. You don't know his background. You don't know any of these things. Why'd you let your children do that? Because you're destroyed. You want to fit in. Listen, in order to be holy, you can't fit in. In order to be separate, you can't fit in. In order to be special and be different, you can't be like everybody else. You have to be what God wants you to be. You understand what I'm saying? If you could, you go to Zephaniah 2:1.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Mm-hmm. Gather yourselves together.
Listen, the Bible says, gather yourselves together, man. This is what we have to do. You know what happened, at the trials? If you was there, we gathered together. It's brothers that came from, what was the brother? I think he was at Jamaica. Brothers from Jamaica came. Brothers from the UK came to do the trials with us in different countries, I tell you. In different countries. To come be next to his brother and get tested through that fire. We gathered together that day. Because it was one video. Every time I watch the video, I get amped up and hyped. We was on that hill. We was on that hill. Matter of fact, you got Facebook on there?
Yeah.
Go to Facebook real quick. I'm gonna find a link. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm going to share a video. Man, share a video. I think. What I'm doing? I think it was on my page. You know what video I'm talking about? The one we was on the hill, singing the war songs. I swear it was on here. Here we go, right here. I'm gonna send that on to you. If you can find it, that's cool. Now I'm gonna send it. It's on my page. But you gotta scroll down. You on my page? All right, yeah. You got hold on. Yeah, scroll down. Like for 5 days ago. Is this hooked up? The HDMI cord?
Yeah.
All right, I want to cut this. Yeah, man. Like this, man, this shows you how we gather together. You understand what I'm saying? Look at that. Oh. What is this? 3? It shouldn't be. It should be the same. No. We're about to pull this video in a minute too. Yeah, man. All right, there we go. Sorry for the top. Sorry for the. It's on mute. It's on mute. You gotta share it. Hey, what's going on, Pecan? We was there. Listen, the car was there.
That's how you feel. That's how you feel. How they feel on this one.
I think it's a little bit different on this time. Everybody do it now. You can take it out.
Y'all run down here, grab the waters, bring them up. I'm gonna let y'all know when they're ready for the next challenge, all right? Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
You want the screen.
Oh yeah! That's how you feel. That's how you feel. How they feel out this one. Y'all run down here, grab the waters, bring them up. I'm gonna let y'all know when they're ready for the
Stage. And listen, man, that's when you know that we gather together. We're gathered together there. It's brothers that was from different countries by our sides. That just shows you how holy we really is, man. That just shows you how holy we really is. I'm trying to tell y'all, if y'all really looked at the video, there's other videos out there that's like that. If y'all look at the videos, right, y'all see the oppressors looking at us. They just watching us. They scared. We got to understand, right, when you see videos like this, when we post videos like this, we do this for a reason. We want our people to see the unity in us, showing that black people can actually stick together. Black people can actually gather together. Black people can actually be with one another and be on one accord. The main reason of us singing it at the same time is not just because it sounds good. It's because we are on one accord. We are one body. You know what I mean? And that's what really matters. It don't matter, oh, the brother know how to sing good or he can't sing good. It's about, as soon as he sing that song, we come in and it's like one voice, one conversation. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it's about. That's what happens when you gather together. That's what happens when you gather together. You understand what I'm saying? We got to understand that. You know what I mean? And you won't understand that until you get in here. You won't understand who really your brother is once you get in here. You know what I'm saying? You sit down in these seats. You get your Hebrew name. You know what I'm saying? That's a start. Then there's time to go to work after that. You know what I mean? Then especially when you get these covers, there's gonna be more work. There's more things you're gonna have to accomplish. There's one day I might have to leave Philly. I'll tell you, one day that might have to happen. To go build somewhere else up and get more people to gather together with me in the school. Bring more people in to do Hebrew Academy. Bring more people in to get their Hebrew names. Bring more people in to keep the law. You know what I mean? And we're growing fast, man. We're growing, man. Listen, if I'm not mistaken, you probably know better than I do. I'm pretty sure this was like the biggest brothers that graduated out of Hebrew Academy, wasn't it? It was I think it was like 100 of us. It was a lot of us. It was more that started. Not saying these brothers left and dropped their sword. You know what I mean? Lord be with them, man. Next time, man, we're going to see them with them covers on. It wasn't their time yet. But they still here. They never left. Like your wicked leaders that's getting pegged and that's riding on horses that's being guided by an oppressor woman. That's still what I'm saying. They're saying, you know, when they don't tell you people that say when we make it to the kingdom, we're gonna have little babies, little girls we're gonna marry. Understand what I'm saying? They leave like them wicked, disgusting bastards. They stayed here. And that's what makes us One West. That's what makes us, you know, the place that you need to be, because we're loyal. That's still what I'm saying. We stick together. You know, you can keep going. Listen. I thought, listen. I look good right now. I ain't gonna hold you. I keep looking at the screen, man. Because I came back with a cover on. Listen, if you go look at all my videos, I don't have this on. Yeah, man. When I walked in the door, I think it was like, I think he's gonna have a cover on today. You know I was. He did the same thing I did. He probably went to sleep in that joint. You know what I mean? Brothers went to sleep in their covers. I drove some of the way because it was getting a little hot. You know what I mean? But my cover to fill it. You know what I mean? You go ahead.
Yea, gather together, O nation, not desired.
Listen, we are not desired, man. We're not desired. Like I said, we was at Hebrew Academy doing them trials. They called the cops on us. They didn't want us there. They didn't desire us to be there. We're not desired anywhere we go. We're not desired even in the workplaces. We're not desired on, like, listen, if you go somewhere where it's predominantly not tripping where other people do that, they don't want you there. They're going to find reasons to try to get you to leave. You know what I mean? This is why I be a little bit skeptical moving around other people. Especially you like 2 or 3 of y'all there. You just want to move there because the neighborhood nice. They don't want you there. They don't desire you to be there. When I be at Whole Foods, listen, I be at Abington. When I go to Whole Foods, even so-called blacks, Hispanics work there too. They look at me like, why are you shopping here? This is our market, not yours. If that's the case, it'll be in the hood, like ShopRite, like Cousins. That's what it'll be. It'll be in the hood. They look at me like, why are you over here shopping? They look at me crazy when I go there. Now, sometimes I have like some sweatpants and t-shirt on sometimes. Some chill laid back stuff. They don't want us around them. They don't at all. And I feel the same way. I don't want them around me. You know what I mean? I want them in my neighborhoods. I don't want them when sleeping with my sons and my daughters. I don't want them. They can't come here. I don't want them anywhere near me. We could do some business. Other than that, that's it. We are not desired in America. We're not. How many cops came up there? Probably I see and I believe it was when we was running. We was doing them laps. Cops kept pulling up. There was some of the sidelines. They looking at them, shaking their head like they red though. They red. Like this cut right here. This is how red they was. Man, because they couldn't do nothing about it. But if they could, we wouldn't be there. I remember at the end, we had to get up and go. We couldn't even read the Bible, the scriptures to Commander General YAHANNA. We had to go back to the parking lot because the cops was at the end. We wasn't bothering nobody though. We was chilling. We was going through the fire. They didn't want us to happen. They were scared they was going to take their land. Oh, they're training for what? What are they training for? What's going on? What's going on right here? Listen, I can't wait. I cannot wait. When Christ come back, and if I'm here to witness it, if I'm here to be in his kingdom, I cannot wait. I'm going to show y'all who's not desired. Right. I'm going to show you. Y'all treat us like crap. Even when you go in the neighborhoods that we live in, you can't even ask Moab that's behind that counter what's in your food. I remember one time I was living in Kensington. You understand what I'm saying? I was living in Kensington, and I forgot what it was. Oh, I went to the Chinese store, and this one I was trying to eat lawful. Well, I wasn't eating lawful, so I stayed away from certain things. I believe it was like an egg roll or something like that. They got egg roll, cheesesteak rolls, shrimp rolls, or something like that, vegetable rolls. So I asked the lady, what is in here? Like, what is in this egg roll? Because all people always say is pork in the egg roll. I'm like, what's in there? She got mad. She got attitude, tucked her teeth. Like, you want it or not? No sweat. Walked out that Chinese store. I don't really go in Chinese stores like that no more. I just go to Chopsticks on Spring Garden. I don't really deal with Chinese people like that no more. I really try not to go inside their stores. I don't. I can't stand it. I do like Chinese food. I mean, unless it's like shrimp fried rice, and I said shrimp fried rice, like vegetable fried rice or something like that. I can't eat that and that meat there. No did it. It's crazy. But you ask what's in the food. They don't even ask. They can't give you an answer. Like, you gotta at least tell me what I'm eating. What if I can't eat it? What if I'm allergic to it? This not even got nothing to do with being religious. It's like, what if I'm allergic to it? If I got peanuts in it, if I got something in there that I can't eat, we should be able to know what we're eating. And this is why I've been with our Hispanic brothers and sisters. I remember one time, this is why I used to eat tuna fish too. I remember this is the only thing I could give credit for Muslims for. Only thing I can give credit to for. Me and my mom went to the store, we used to get tuna fish hoagies. And the brother that was making the hoagie was telling us how they don't serve pork there because of the Muslims. Muslims, you know, there's a lot of Muslims around there. They don't, and then, you know, the Moors was like, the Moors had like a temple right on the corner of my old block where I live at now. And they said, we'll sell pork products because of that, because Muslims, you know, they don't want that sold here. And I was like, that was interesting. You know what I mean? But they, at least they listen. Hispanics listen. But guess what? Why they go to that Chinese store though? The Chinese store was selling the egg rolls that got pork in it. They sell pork fried rice right down the street, literally right down the street from that poppy store. They still selling pork because they don't care about you. They don't desire you. They don't care if you're Muslim. I'm Chinese, and this is what we do. This is our culture. This is what we eat. They didn't listen to them. I don't even think they probably went down there and did it. At least our Hispanic brothers, you know, had the decency, you know, and heard his brothers out. You understand what I'm saying? They actually took in consideration of that. Moab ain't gonna do that. Moab don't care about you. Moab don't want you around them. Their kids don't even play with you. I never grew up playing with a Moabite. I grew up playing with Cambodians. I don't know what they is, but I grew up in Cambodians. They different from whatever the people that be in the stores. Yeah, it's still Asian and stuff like that, but they like some like 30 Asians or something. But like they're like I said, like the nigga Asians. I don't know. It's like you know how you got like uppity, like you know they got like the uppity ones, you got the middle class ones, you got the lower class ones. They like the lower class ones, cause we was all hanging around each other. We was getting high together, selling drugs together. Most of them was gang bangers. They was Bloods and Crips. I mean, I remember I see the gang war. They went over somewhere, I forgot, their Oric Roland was fighting. I was there watching that stuff. People I grew up with that was Cambodians. But going to Chinese stores, they don't care about us. Going to I fact. I came back when I came back from Philly. I came to Philly with the Crown Fried Chicken. I don't know if Crown Fried Chicken, all Crown Fried Chickens don't make their stuff with 11 on Friday, stuff with 11 or something like that. So I know Captain Bias said the one over there dope. So I asked this man, yo, y'all cook with 11 or any type of stuff like that? Like I know what I was talking about. You know he kept saying, how many wings you want? How many wings you want? I was like, I don't want no wings until I know that it's not cooked with 11. I was like, man, you know what? Let's give me the lamb over rice. Let's give me that. Let's give me the chicken over rice. Yeah, man, give me that. Because you like so we just gave that feeling of hungry. I'm not going there no more. I'm going to that one over there. Because you know, the new Arabs got a little sense. They don't desire us, they don't care for us. They don't be around us. You know what I mean? They're not coming to your house for dinner. You understand what I'm saying? They're not coming to your weddings or listen, they come to the Hebrew Academy graduation. They don't care. They'd rather be with their own people. And that's fine. Be with your own people. You don't got to desire me. But one thing black people need to understand, we need to desire one another. This is how we really change and stop black on black crimes, is once we start to understand that we need each other. We need each other to thrive in this society. We need each other to build this nation up. Because if you don't think that way, we're going to continually run into a brick wall. We're not going to get nowhere. It's going to be a ceiling. It's going to be a ceiling. And we have to understand that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we're not going to get nowhere if brothers are still selling drugs.
Right.
We're not going to get nowhere if people still buy cigarettes and smoking weed and popping Percocets and being high. You cannot be a drug addict going to war. When you're a man, you cannot be a drug addict getting high. I mean, you cannot be getting high thinking you're going to go to war. Ain't happening. You know what I mean? It's not happening. You got to focus. You got to lock in. That's what I'm saying. You got to be here with us. Gather together. Oh, they should not desire, man. You desired in the I.S.U.P.K. You just desired here, man. You just start acting like it. No, if you could. Where's my? Hold on. Give me Leviticus chapter. No, give me Matthew. Give me these hang all the laws. I think it's Matthew. These hang all the laws, like love the Lord, the God, with all your heart, with all your soul. I think that's in Matthew. I'm gonna find it. It's like love thy neighbor as thyself. These are two greatest commandments. Yeah, man. I'm gonna find it too. I think it's in Matthew though. Yeah, it's like Matthew 22, 37. No, 37. Yeah, give me that. Matthew 22. I'm gonna scroll down.
Yeah, that's it. You want it?
Yeah.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 37. Jesus said unto them, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God.
Salakia, start from 36. If you could.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
Go ahead.
Verse 37. Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
Yeah, stop right there. How you gonna love the Lord thy God with all your heart when you're still smoking weed, you're still getting high, you still don't think sex is marriage? How are you going to love the Lord thy God? How are you going to love him? As a matter of fact, give me hold that. Give me 1 John 5:3. I mean, let's find out what love is first before we go any further. Find out what love is. It's very, very important. See, I had a conversation with somebody about love Passover week, about what love really is. It's so hard for them to understand what love is. Love ain't having respect of persons. Love ain't being okay with your sinning. Love ain't being okay with all the wicked things that you do. That's not love. You do not love a person if you allow them to do things in front of you and you accept them and you know they're wrong, you know there's evil, you know it's messed up. That's not love. You got it?
You said 1 John 5 and 7?
5 and 3.
5 and 3. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 7.
3.
Verse 3. For this is the love of God.
Listen, for this is the love of God, man. A lot of us don't know what the love of God is, man. So therefore, we don't know what love actually is. Love is not always a feeling. It's part of it. You know, affection and all that type of stuff, and hugs and kisses, and I love you, and make you feel all bubbly inside. You could consider that as love, but ultimately, what love really is something that you got to act upon. You can't just say I love you and not show me. Just like Hero Academy, I had to show my brothers that I love them by acting on it. Even though I wanted to give up, even though I wanted to say, dang, I can't do it. I couldn't give up on my brothers. That's what love really is. You know what I mean? Acting on what you need to do as a righteous man in his truth. Go ahead.
That we keep his commandments.
Yes, we gotta keep his commandments, man. We gotta keep his commandments. Why? If I don't love my brother. If I don't, I'm an enemy to God. If I don't, I am going to die out here. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to get resurrected, Nathaniel. I'm not going to be so-called born again. I'm not going to be born again. I'm not going to be that new person. I'm not. You understand? I'm not going to be any of those things if I don't understand what love is. Love is keeping the commandments of God. If you're not keeping the commandments of God, I'm not surprised that you don't know what it is. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised that you do certain things and you say you're doing them because you love them. Just because you buy somebody something, a gift, don't mean you love them. And listen, it is child abusers that's buying children candy, buying children toys, and so I'm saying, and they're abusing them. That don't mean that they love them. It's women that's out there, you understand what I'm saying, buying children toys and iPads and iPhones and PS5s and all types of stuff just because they want to win them over so they don't have a good relationship with their father, man. Love is keeping these commandments, man. And we're going to keep these commandments in the I.S.U.P.K, you understand what I'm saying, under command of YAHANNA. That's what we're going to be doing, you understand what I'm saying? We're going to be keeping these commandments. You understand what I'm saying? Now, we cannot have a woman's love. You understand what I'm saying? We cannot have a woman's love. It's different from a man. We got the ultimate definition of what love is in this Bible, but we also love differently. You know what I mean? I'm not going to love my son, the same way my wife is going to love my son. You understand what I'm saying? It's not going to happen. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, SHALAM. Hey, the water, you taking the class? All right, no sweat. Oh, the water. You bought that joint. I'm sorry, crazy. Oh, look at this right here. So you shout out to a war for breaking that war scarf, man. Listen, he got this. Let me war scarf, man. Listen, go holler at Shameless Plug. Go holler at a war with them garments, man. Oh, we got the unlimited breads. Oh, man, that's crazy. Wow. I appreciate you. You got the unleavened bread. See, this is what brotherhood is always about. Listen, Officer Ward lives, how far you live? 2 hours. He drove all the way down here to give his brother, his head scarf, his war scarf, and some unleavened bread. You understand what I'm saying? That's what brotherhood is about. That's when you show that you really love your brother. That's what love really is, Nathaniel. Love is doing something that you really don't want to do. Listen, you think I wanted to drive 12 to 14 hours just to serve the Lord? I wish the pastor was right around the corner. Is that we all make sacrifices, lost money. You understand what I'm saying? Lost things just to serve the Lord. This is what it's always about. And guess what? I said, the whole guy is covered too. He got his cover too. Now listen, not all the other fake Israelite groups, they ain't got no covers. That's right. They get exposed and they leaving their schools and all that. But everybody got a cover to leave their school, man. They loyal. Listen, man, the water for the unleavened bread, man. And man, I'm about to eat this one right there. Hold on. The water, sir. Oh my God. Listen, shout out to I bet you I bet you it was Red made this. I'm kidding. Well, I'm kidding, of course. But I mean, this is what love is all about, man. This is what love is all about. Yeah, man. We have to understand that. Some things you ain't gonna want to do. Listen, love is when you get another rib and your wife stays with you. Love is when you do something wrong and you get checked about it and you still stay. There's a lot of people that get checked, or get corrected, and it might not feel good, and they wind up leaving. They wind up leaving their brothers. That's not what love is. And they go right back to the world and get high. They go right back to the world and still sell them drugs and do the same thing that's destroyed us. You understand what I'm saying? This is what it's about right here, man. Now, if you could have done it, you could give me Salaki. And man, listen, the I.S.U.P.K. Salaki. I.S.U.P.K. is going to rule this planet one day. And I just pray and hope you come in here and be with your brothers to help us do it. We need you, man. We need brothers. We need sisters. We need children. We need all these, all of us to build this nation up, man. We need y'all. And also in the sense we don't need you. I remember brother said, don't water down the ranks. You understand? You know what I mean? You gotta hold yourself to a certain standard in here. You gotta hold yourself to a certain standard in here to be worthy of this what we hold in here. You know what I mean? That's what we gotta understand. We gotta hold each other accountable for what we do. We gotta love each other, which means is we gotta tell your brother something that he might not like one day. But it's all out of love. Yeah, man. It's all out of love. Yeah, man. Now, if you could, give me Matthew 22. Read from 36.
It's the book of Matthew, 22, verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
It said, Master, what is the greatest commandment of the law? Go ahead.
Verse 37. Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
Listen, say, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart. Listen, we gotta love the Lord thy God. How we do that? By keeping God's commandments. How you gonna love God and not keep his commandments? That don't make no sense. We have to love God with all our mind. That's what the heart is. With all your mind. That's what you have to do. You have to love the Lord thy God. Go ahead.
And with all thy soul.
With all thy soul. What do that mean? You got to love the Lord thy God with all thyself. You know what I mean? Every inch of your bones, every inch of your body, you got to love the Lord thy God and with all yourself. You got to be sincere. There's a lot of people that's not sincere about serving the Lord. You know how much you're not sincere because we see that pastor. And they know that they're Israelites. They know that they're supposed to be there. They know. But pride get in the way of them serving their God. When you come here to the Passover, it's not about what problems you might got with somebody in the school, outside the school. It's not about that. General Hyman talk about this all the time. General Hyman will send you home if you come to Passover and make it about yourself. It's not about yourself. It's about serving the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, I just graduated Hebrew Academy. Listen, it still wasn't about me. It was still about serving the Lord with my brothers and sisters. Listen, that one day we graduated, It was like 5 seconds. It's kind of, about, the Hebrew graduates. But it was also about showing people what God is, how God moves. Because when you see the I.S.U.P.K, that's when you see God. That's when you really see God. When you see us do the works of the Lord. When you see us do the work of the Lord, that's when you start to see God. But guess what? You're so selfish. You're so prideful. He got another red. I ain't got no money to get there. It's not about you. It's about sacrificing. You love the Lord, you'll get there. You love your brothers, you'll get there. Stop being too prideful and making it about yourself when it comes to those days. Make it about the Lord. That's what I'm saying. The Lord will weed out all the weak ones. I mean, be sincere if you really love the Lord. We always going to have problems as a family. We always going to have problems. When you had your family in the world, your family in the world probably trespassed against you more than a brother in the school. But you go back to them. You go back to the same wicked stuff. Listen, don't make it about yourself all the time because it's not about you. It's about the mission. People fail to realize this is what it's all about. Getting these covers is about the mission. Going through Hebrew Academy is about the mission. It's not about me. I didn't make, listen, I ain't gonna hold you. Our Howard brothers, we had to go to New York. Our Howard brothers, we had to go to Baltimore. I didn't want to do that. I want to be up under my red with my thumb in my mouth. That's what I wanted to do. So like, I ain't gonna all stuff I done, but that's what I want to do. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to see no grown men downstairs or sleeping on my couch while I play my Call of Duty at. You understand what I'm saying? But I did it because I love my brothers, and it was easier. Brothers live in different live hours away from the school. No, we all gonna come here. Yeah, man, we all gonna lead together. Yes, I understand what I'm saying. Like I remember, we had to find a system about about the weights and the punching bags and this, that, and the third. I ain't want to put all those weights on my trunk, mess up my shocks. You understand what I'm saying? But take it out, and I gotta take it out by myself. You understand? In my house because I want to drive away all week. But I still made that sacrifice because I love my brothers. It's about the mission. It's not about me. I didn't want to do that, but I still did it because I knew it wasn't about me. It was about us succeeding in this mission. And we ain't even passed the mission yet, I tell you. Right. We ain't even there yet. This is showing us that I'm fit to go on with the mission. We got to understand the mission ain't bigger than us. I mean, it's like you ain't bigger than the mission. You understand what I'm saying? You can keep going.
And with all thy mind.
With all thy mind. Go ahead.
Verse 38. This is the first and great commandment. That's
the first and great commandment. That's the main ingredient. That's the main ingredient for you to understand the second one. Once you get that down packed, you can conquer everything. Once you start to love the Lord, you start to conquer a lot of demons. You start to fight. You start to keep these commandments once you know that this is the main ingredient. Because you can't love the Lord thy God and be holy. You can't. You got to love the Lord thy God in order to be holy. Go ahead.
Verse 39. And the second is like unto it.
The second is like unto it, man. Go ahead.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Whoa. Thou shalt love what?
Thy neighbor. Thy neighbor as thyself.
Now, see, the Christian church taught y'all neighbor is, I don't know, somebody next to you, somebody that's your fellow brother. I guess they usually say, but what is your neighbor? Matter of fact, let me is it Leviticus 19:17 or 17:19? One of them. I know it's one of them. I think it's Leviticus. Hold on, let me see. Leviticus, you got it? Neighbor John. Yeah, I think it's Leviticus 19:17. I'm gonna look for it.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 17.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother.
Thou shalt not what?
Hate thy brother.
Listen, you should not hate your brother, man. What's hating your brother? Selling him drugs. Unaliving him. Looking at his wife trying to sleep with her.
Right.
That's hating your brother. You're not supposed to do that. That's a commandment. Go ahead.
In thy heart.
You're not supposed to hate him in thy heart. You're supposed to love the Lord thy God in your heart. You're not supposed to hate your brother in your mind. You're not supposed to be plotting on him. You're not supposed to be doing none of that. See, Hebrew Academy, we wasn't plotting on one another. We were strategizing. We was bigging each other up. We was motivating one another. Like I said, when we did that, showed that video with us on that hill, that motivated us. That came out of nowhere. I still was training the brothers, getting them up the hill. We just started just singing. My brothers just started singing. We all followed. That motivated us. They got us hyper. We was, listen, how many? I think I did about 1,000 push-ups. I think I did more than that. I ain't gonna, you know, flag me. I'm dead serious. We dropped a lot. Listen, I think I did like 1,000 push-ups. And we ran. And we ran up a hill. We did inclines. And the inclines that I usually do, it wasn't that. It was to the point if you trip, you'll fall back down. You understand what I'm saying? We ran up an incline. We tried to do 100 chin-ups, jumped over a wall. Matter of fact, before I believe we did sit-ups, 100 sit-ups, jumped over a wall, did 100 push-ups, then ran to the wall and ran to the incline, the hill, and ran up the hill. Then we started singing. When brothers came up, we started singing. That motivated. We was dead tired. Like we was hurt. We was drained. But we still, we still maintain our motivation. We still maintain our spirit and then break us like into the point that we was going to say, we was going to walk away. Oh, I forgot about it. We can't do so. Yeah, you're right. It's like, but that's all I'm going to give. But the whole thing about it is we stuck by our brother's side. You know what I mean? That's what that what matters. That was love right there. You know what I mean? Brothers was like helping each other, making sure that we all succeed, man. And you shouldn't hate your brother. The Christian church hate their brother. The Muslim mosques hate their brother. You understand what I'm saying? These fake Israelite groups hate their brother. They hate them. Yeah, man, you can keep going.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Should I what?
Shall any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Listen, your neighbor is your brother. That African that live next door to you, that house thing, that ain't your brother. That Chinese man that live next door to you is not your brother. Got all them cats in there, got all them dogs in there, it ain't your brother. Listen, that Arab, because I'm pretty sure some of y'all people live, if I could, y'all probably live in their oppressors. Got a nice house. Tell you. And so say, that's not your brother. They are not your sister. They are not your people. Your neighbor is your brother. Your neighbor is your brothers in California. Your neighbor is the brothers in Texas. Your neighbor is your brother that's in New York. That's in Philly.
Right.
That are Israelites. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody else ain't your neighbor, man. They are truly your neighbors, so you're not allowed to hate them. You're ordered to love them. Understand that you're ordered to love your brother. That's what a neighbor is. Get Christianity out of your heart and understand that. That's why we will never succeed as a people, because you think loving your neighbor is loving the African, loving everybody. God doesn't even love everybody.
Right.
God has someone he hates. He hates sinners. He hates Esau. He hates a lot of things. And we got to understand that. And you go back to Matthew. We'll go back to Matthew. Read from the top, though. 36.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law?
Go ahead.
Verse 37. Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart.
You gotta love the Lord thy God with all your heart, man. Go ahead.
With all thy soul.
With all yourself. You gotta be sincere about loving the Lord. Go ahead.
And with all thy mind.
With all your mind. Go ahead.
Verse 38. This is the first and great commandment.
This is the first and great commandment. Go ahead.
39. And the second is like unto it.
And the second is like unto it. Go ahead.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Thou shalt love what?
Thy neighbor as thyself.
Thou shalt love thy brother as thyself. You should love your brother as you love yourself. You're not going to harm yourself. You know, so if you're a righteous man, you're not going to harm yourself. You're not going to, do things to you that's going to hurt you. You're not. If you really love your brother, you would do this. You wouldn't do these things that would hurt him. You would do the things that would help him, build him up, make him a man. That's what you would do. And so I'm saying, you gotta love your brother as thyself, man. You gotta tell your brother to keep them commandments. And so I'm saying, you gotta tell your brother, listen, you can't smoke weed, you can't get high. Listen, you gotta stay with that woman. Even though she is a dragon, she's a monster, still gotta stay with her. Yeah, man, you gotta go through that with her. Yeah, man, you gotta be with her. Listen, she might leave one day. Who knows? That might be it's all her, but you stayed. You endured that pain. That's what I'm saying. That's what love really is. You know what I mean? Loving your brother is like that, man. Loving your brother is just like that. Telling him what he needs to hear, not what he want to hear. You know what I mean? This is how we was in the world. We was telling sisters what they want to hear. Now we tell them what they need to hear. And I ain't gonna hold you. Listen, I told the sister in the world, I tell her what she need to hear. I don't hear from her again. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Listen, I can't cut it off. Listen, as soon as I changed my life, that switch can't get turned off. I gotta tell you, I got another wife. I gotta tell you, you ain't gonna be the only one. Listen, you decide to be with me, I might find somebody else that I like. You're not gonna see me all the time. It ain't even got nothing to do with me being with another woman. I work. I do the Lord's work. Well, I do the Lord's work. I work. I do a lot of things. So you might not see me a lot. I'm going to be in and out. You know what I mean? But it's for a good cause. It's for the mission. If you're not down with that, then you ain't for me. But it always stops at me having another woman. Or me not, I don't know. It's just I can't deal with certain things. So I tell them what they want to hear. It's like I tell them what they need to hear. They leave. Do me a favor. Love is telling people things that might not make them feel good. That's what love is. Ain't telling them the things that's gonna make you a yes man. Don't be no yes man to nobody.
Right.
Like you don't have respect of. Matter of fact, get respect to a person. You don't have no respect of persons. We don't supposed to have that. And then still hold that one though. What to respect a person? I believe it's what is it? Is it James? James. That's a lot here. No, get James 9, 2 and 9. Get James 2 and 9. Let that real quick. You can read it when you got it. Let me James 2 and 9. You understand what I'm saying? Because we are yes men, and people in the world, blacks, Hispanics, y'all are yes men. Y'all are scared to tell people the truth. The case in point, every time Christmas come around, brothers are scared to tell their wives we ain't celebrating. I don't want to do it no more. They scared. Go ahead, Thayus.
Like I was gonna say, they scared to tell their wives on Valentine's Day. I can't afford it.
Yeah, that too. Listen.
You scared to tell everybody.
Right. You can't tell them. You scared to tell them. Like, you're not a man. You're not a full man if you can't tell your children the truth or your woman the truth? How are you scared to tell your children the truth? You're scared of your children? Like, I understand your wife, but your children, you got authority over them. You even scared to tell them the truth because you're scared they might cry, they might hate you. Listen, stop having respect to persons, man. Listen, now she want to give you the draws. You know what I'm saying? Now she want to give you the box because you said you don't want to celebrate Christmas. I'm not buying no Christmas gifts. The Lord say don't buy you nothing. The Lord say don't celebrate these days. I'm not doing it. That's what you need to do. She might not feel good eventually. I mean, if she leave, that's on her. But she might not feel good for a couple of weeks, maybe. She might respect you. She might respect you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you gotta stand your ground. You gotta be stern about what you believe in. Ain't no having respect to a person. Listen, you let her do it whatever she wants because she has a vagina. A lot of brothers let their women do whatever they want because they have vaginas. They want the vagina, so they let them do whatever they want. Vagina don't got leverage over here. I'm the leverage. I'm just saying. I am the leverage. You can't seduce me with vagina. You can't seduce me with your box. You mean you might look good. It look good. I want it, but I get another woman, and you ain't about to seduce me, and we're not celebrating Christmas. I remember one time my grandma called me. This is when my dad just got out of prison too. She tried to convince me to bring a Christmas tree in the house. This is my dad just came home. Listen, your father just came home from prison. He ain't never celebrated Christmas in a long time, and you know your mom celebrated. So you know you should let him get a Christmas tree, in, man, because you know he ain't having it in a long time. I told my grandma, like, girl, you forgot what I am. I'm like, grandma, you're Jehovah's Witness, right? You don't even supposed to be celebrating Christmas. Why are you telling me to celebrate Christmas? And you know what? You're right. I'm like, grandma, my dad don't even care. You know that? Like I know my dad. I know my dad been locked up for 27 years. I barely knew the man. I knew that he didn't care. I know he don't care about that. He only do it because of my mom. He don't care about none of that. Yeah, he happy to be raised. He happy to be home. You know, he ain't thinking about that. He can sleep in a warm bed and go downstairs whenever he want to, take a shower whenever he want to. He can go out, walk around and do things where he can drive a car. You think he's more excited about driving a car, you know what I mean, to worry about a Christmas tree. Go ahead.
And also take the spiritual holidays of selfishness. You ain't thinking about what he care about. You ain't damn about no Christmas.
Right.
He got done doing 27 years.
Right, 27 years.
This man's life, he's talking about a Christmas tree. He's happy to breathe fresh air.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've ever been in the jails or the prison. Them things stink.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Things freaking stink. He happy he don't got to go wake up for count. Like, he happy he ain't got to go listen to a man telling him when he can poop, when he can do whatever, handle his business, telling the brother he's sharing a bunk with, hey, I put the curtain up. I got to go do my thing. You know what I'm saying? He happy to terrified in his rib.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Hey, now. Right. Yeah. Yeah, right. Exactly. Trying to get me to sin. It ain't about my dad, it's about getting me to sin. And that's our problem. And I don't got to respect him just because he's my dad. My dad, listen, men respect other men. Right. Listen, you got a rule. I don't care if they're in the world. Men respect other men. And man, this is what he want to do. You can't get mad at him. Right. There's always women that do that though. This is why black women need men like me. They need men with covers. I'm sorry, listen. Y'all listen to sis. Sister, listen. You single, you need a man with a cover. Yeah, man. We gotta stop thinking we're gonna be okay with everything because you're my mom, you're my dad, you're my wife. You're somebody that I care about dearly. You're somebody that pays me, give me money. I don't gotta respect that person. I don't care, you know, for any of that stuff that you do. I want to tell you when you're wrong. I'm not letting it slide. I'm not gonna say, oh well, you're just my cousin. I mean, you can smoke weed in my house because you're my cousin. I'm not doing it, but you can smoke weed in my house. You can smoke weed in my house. You go in the basement and go smoke weed in my house. Technically, that's not the house, but you know, you could, you know what I mean? You know, just place, light an incense or something like that when you're done. No, I'm telling you, no, bro, you can't smoke in here. Bro, you better go somewhere else with that. Don't bring no drugs to my house. Matter of fact, do you have any weapons on you? Do you mind if you get a courtesy search? Matter of fact, turn around. I'm about to search you right now. You don't bring no drugs in here. I search people when they come to my crib. I did it before. If I don't trust you, you get searched. Straight up. If I feel as though you got any guns, any drugs, you coming in here with that, you're going to get searched before you come in here. Listen, I remember one time my rib, she could tell you. This is funny. It was I believe it was a cousin. He a sodomite. And he had to go to the bathroom. She know not to even. She know. I mean, I would have probably let the brother still use the bathroom. It ain't that deep, yeah. But I was like, when she knew, I was so like I'm like, he coming in here, like what? Like he said. Nobody that she told me he had to go to the bathroom. Nobody never said it. I walked outside. I had my UPK stuff on, and I was leaving. Her mom was right there and all types. So I'm like, she said, you had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, well, he probably could have used the bathroom, but I'm so UPK, I probably would never. I'm like, no, I ain't gonna use the bathroom. No, he can't. My son look at that. I ain't gonna hold you. But they not allowed in my house. Oh, I got family members that's like that. You're not coming to my house. I remember my baby mom did that before. Had my son downstairs. I was asleep. Had my son downstairs with her sodomite sister and her woman, sitting there talking about what love is and being together. Bro, Slocky, officer, tell you, yo, JJ, come here. Hey, yo, Mariana, I'm talking to you from there. I'm talking to you from there. I don't have my son down here. Like, what you know? I was in the world, so I don't have my son down here listening to that crap. You know I'm an Israelite. You know we're not down with that. Why they even here? Why they even here? They need to leave. You gotta get them out of here. Before I do. You gotta make some type of, I don't care if you make some type of excuse up. You want to be a little softer. I'm not. I'm like, you gotta leave. Y'all gotta leave. I'm not gonna teach my son that. They got up out of there though. I wasn't playing. She know I wasn't playing. I was real serious. I don't gotta respect the prayer. Okay, that's your sister. I don't care if that's my brother. Nobody's not gonna pollute my son's brain, especially in my house. I got control over. Now outside, it was a little bit different. You don't walk past. It's like Atlanta. Woo, boy. Atlanta crazy, bro. I see people publicly giving hand-to-hand drugs. Like literally, they just hand it to you. Like, here you go. It wasn't like, how, brothers on the brothers on the block, they want some little sneaky, slick stuff. They probably drop it on like the little window joint like this right there. Go ahead and grab it. They like, my real like, yeah, they give them like this, like old heads. They ain't even like, young boys like 16, 17, 18. They're like in their 50s. Okay, I mean, we see, listen, Transformers ain't all now. Listen, we see goddamn men and women clothing. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, for such a historically black city,
right,
to be like that, it just shows you that the oppressor has destroyed black people to the bottom, like to the lowest form we can get.
Right.
Me and we was walking in the mall. We came from Academy, all muddied up or whatever. And the situation is, and it looked like we was the most masculine in the damn mall. Well, I went up to a couple. It was I didn't even realize it was two dudes. I guess they was a couple because it was one of them spoke. One behind them gave like the flamboyant. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like he backed up. It was like. I was like, oh, I'm not trying to fight y'all or nothing. I just need directions to the Foot Locker. Right. I was like, yeah. And then through the whole mall, everybody looking at it like, I'm thinking they looking at it as a disgust. No, it's the first time I feel like they see masculinity. Right.
Like, who is these people? Who is these brothers? Who is these black men? That's muddy and all this crazy. It's crazy what they destroyed because we got to respect their persons. Ain't nobody telling these brothers this is wrong. Right. They ain't telling them that. They ain't doing that. They embracing them. Oh, love is love. Love ain't love, man. Because you start opening up that you open up a can of worms, then they open up other stuff.
My love don't give me AIDS.
Right. listen, my love give me babies.
Right.
I'm just saying. Give us a whole bunch of coat babies. That's it. You know what I mean? And then like they have strong leaders and strong fathers, man, to tell them, listen, this ain't what it is, man. This is what the oppressor does. Let the oppressors do that freaky weird stuff. You don't. You don't. Now black people probably sleeping with animals now. He is. It's crazy because he followed our oppressors, man. You think love is love, you're gonna start loving dogs. In a different way. You're gonna start loving children in a different way. It's gonna open all the doors now because you say, well, you can love anybody you want. Now you got the child abusers fighting for loving. Go ahead.
Now you can't say that Uncle Ray touch your kid.
Right. He love them.
Yeah, you got to. You say you can't pick and choose that love is love. You know what I'm saying? And that's the trick that they play on systems. The same thing that happened in the garden.
Right.
He gave you a gift, and now you stuck in this cycle. Oh well, I guess we can marry my daughter who's 9. He's Islam, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, if you could, you can read James. We're at 8:51. You can read James 2:9.
This is the book of James, chapter 2, verse 9. But if ye have respected to persons, ye commit sin.
Listen, but if ye have respect to persons, ye commit sin. Listen, you are a sinner if you allow and you are okay with anybody that you love or care about to be a sinner. You'll let them slide because they're smoking weed. You let them slide because they're selling drugs. You let them slide for all of the things that we're not supposed to do. You are committing sin. That's like me. I got my cover on. I would disgrace and be ashamed to have this cover on, and I tell a brother it's okay to smoke weed. Listen, matter of fact, that Muslim brother was telling them, well, you know, you're not as strong as other brothers, so it's okay for you to smoke weed.
Right.
I'm not going to do that. God said don't have respect for the person. I'm going to tell you, bro, you can't be a drug addict. Like you're being a drug addict. You got to learn how to fight those demons, man. That's what brothers do. We don't have respect for our persons. We're not going to tell you what you want to hear. That's just flat out. That's what men do. And women need to do it too as well. Tell your child what they need to hear. Stop lying to your children. Stop giving your children, you know, what you think they need. You understand what I'm saying? They really need a father. You know what I mean? They need a strong man in their life that's going to show them the way. And we got to stop being okay with everything just because we love this person. I'm not okay with my son. They got mad. In fact, I'm telling the story. I was at work. And I told them, if my son disobeyed me and turned his back, if my son do something and don't listen to me, I'm going to turn my back on him. I even brought up, this is crazy to tell you, I even brought up, if my son got 2 bodies, he's selling drugs. He's a big-time drug dealer. He got bricks on him and all that. Drugs on him, all that. He come to my house. He on the run. And they think I'm going to just let him in there. The first thing I'm going to tell him is get away from my door. Go turn yourself in. That's what I'm going to tell him. You know what they said? They said they're going to let him in. They're going to try to find a way to get rid of the murder weapon or the unalive weapon, the drugs, all these things. So I'm like, how are you teaching your son the right thing to do? Right. Listen, your son can't stand you. It might hurt him because I was going to talk about grandma. Shout out to my grandma, even though she celebrated Christmas. I got locked up for selling weed. But the person that locked me up knew my grandma. That's crazy. Yeah, because my grandma was a court of clerks. So down there, they always in cahoots with the cops. So they knew my grandma. But he told me after the fact though. He didn't know that was my grandma. So he went in my house, my grandma's house. They pulled because I was on the corner of the block. And my sister came out, said, "Oh, my grandma, you want to talk to my grandma?" So they talked to my grandma. Came out, and I'm thinking, I'm cool. That man that got their car. They pulled off. I see one of my ex-girlfriends crying. That was funny. I see one of my ex-girlfriends crying. It's like a movie. He was riding past, just looking at everybody on the porch. Like the porch, like, oh, I'm Robert. It's like I remember that was like yesterday. I'm like, dang, hey, what are you taking me? He wanted to say he wanted to know my grandma though, but my grandma told him to take me. Ever since then, I give her props for this. Ever since then, I didn't sell drugs. I stopped selling drugs. I smelled smoking weed, right? She called the cops on me. I come in the crib fried. I go upstairs. When I hear my slave name in its full totality, you know, people call me, you know, my nickname, you know, call me, you know, something for sure. I had a nickname, but she called me that. She said that. I like, I knew something was wrong. Then she said it in a way that I knew I was in trouble. You just know. I went downstairs. They was cops downstairs. Like, listen, if I find out that you getting high again, I'm gonna lock you up again. Even though I know you couldn't do it. Damn. I was like, oh snap! I wanted to stop smoking weed. But the whole point is, my grandma turned her back on me at that time. And I remember one time, my mom never beat me. She never hit me. She picked me. My grandma never came and got me, you know, because if they didn't get me, I'd go to youth studies. So my grandma never got me. They never picked me up. My mom had to come get me. My mom pulled up to my grandma's crib, dropped me off. Before I got out that goddamn car, she punched me in my face. Bro, listen, I still remember that. Listen, you know how the old, you know how the women in the 90s used to dress. They used to have all the gold rings on, all the gold rings. That's all she had on her finger, gold ring. She hit me with all the rings on her finger, and I just sat there like this. She ain't never hit me a day in my life. I was messed up because she ain't never beat me ever. Like I still used to give us butt whippings. My mom never put her hands on us. She hit me. I'm like, oh yeah, it's serious. I stopped doing a whole bunch of stuff. I stopped selling drugs, stopped doing a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? But she turned their back on me. And that kind of made me stop doing certain things. Sometimes most of the time you gotta turn your back on them. I'm turning my back on my child if he's selling drugs. I told you not to say, listen, I'll buy you anything that you need. You get straight A's, you do what you want as a kid, you gonna get whatever you want. You ain't gotta do none of that. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna put you on some money. I know how I'm a hustler. I know how to get to him some money. You ain't gotta do none of that. You just got to get the information and the knowledge to do it, to apply it. But, man, I'm turning my back on my child if I find out he ever not going to listen to what I say or tell him what to do or follow the Lord. Because you can put my house in jeopardy. You come in here with guns and drugs. Now they kicking in my door, making me get down on the ground because you want to be hard-headed. You ain't had to do none of that. You could have did Hebrew Academy. Go ahead.
Like I said, he turned his back on you first. And he went against your rules.
Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. And I'm not gonna have respect to person because he's my son. I love him, but I gotta love him from far away. Now he called me and said, listen, Dad, I want to change my life. Then he got my ear. Okay, okay, all right, this is what you gotta do now. Oh, now you want to I got the leverage now? Okay, this is what you need to do. I'm not driving you. You're gonna make it to that school, you're gonna catch the bus, you're gonna do whatever you want. If you're really sincere about changing your life, you will go where I went. I'm not taking you. You're not coming to my car. You're going to make it on the bus with yourself. And that's what it's going to be because I ain't got respect to the persons. You know what I mean? And that's what we need to not have because you wind up getting treated out of your spot when you become a respecter of persons. You know what I mean? We need to not do that. You understand? Matter of fact, go back to Matthew and read the second commandment, and then we're going to clip it.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 39.
Go ahead.
And the second is like unto it.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Listen, you want to love your neighbor as yourself. You want to love your brother as yourself, man. You want to do things to your brother that might not feel good, but hopefully he might respect it. Go ahead.
Verse 40. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
Listen. Loving the Lord thy God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with everything in you, and loving your brother as thyself is what this Bible is all about. Is what Hebrew Academy was all about. You know what I mean? It was all about loving your brother, loving the Lord, staying down, staying solid, you know what I mean? And not turning your back on the Lord. Because that Hebrew Academy was spiritual. Listen, I thought my old man died when I got my Hebrew name. No, that old man died when I got that cover. You understand what I'm saying? You got to understand this Bible is based on brotherhood. Everything that we do in the I.S.U.P.K is based out of the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? We don't do nothing that the Bible don't say. And we gotta keep our records strong and do them, because this is our way out right here. This Bible is our way out. And with that, Priest Officer SICARII with I.S.U.P.K. Thank y'all for listening. It was good to see all the brothers and sisters. You understand what I'm saying? At Passover, man, y'all was looking good. Y'all was looking glorious. Until next time, shalom.